What up, Bugles? I want to welcome you to this video. Today I'm going to talk about a book which was announced and unannounced several times, but we finally have it in our hands. And yes, I'm going to talk about Batman the Hush Saga Omnibus. But before I start, let me introduce you our eShop, comicsbugle.com, your friendly neighborhood comic book shop in Europe. Accept of great catalog of collected, deluxe and absolute editions, epic collections and omnibuses, we guarantee you eco-friendly Hulkproof packaging, free shipping in whole EU, and option to pre-order your comic book now and pay for it later. You can also split full price to 4 separate payments because we know how expensive these books can be. So check it out, comicsbugle.com. Also, please don't forget smash that like and subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything and it means world to us. Also, check out TikTok and Instagram. Okay, let's check it out. Batman the Hush Saga Omnibus. Cover price is 150 USD and it has 1270 pages, which means this is the one big book. And it collects original Hush Maxi series, sequel Hush Returns, complete work with Hush character by Paul Dini, and bonus aftermath material from Hush 20th Anniversary Hardcover Edition. This is DC Comics Omnibus, what means we get only one option of cover. DC keeps things pretty minimalistic, and we have here name of the title and pretty art of combination of Batman's and Hush face by fantastic Jim Lee. Spine of this book really divide fans. One group hate it, but another one love it. When I saw Spine at the photos, I wasn't a fan myself, but when I get Omnibus in my hand and saw it for real, I started loving it. Also, pretty minimalistic design with name of the title and Batman sketch art at the top. Back cover continue with minimalistic design trend, and we see here classical sum up of story, list of creators working on the titles, and list of issues including an omnibus. We have here also some review citations and badass art of Hush himself. Under the dust jacket we have a connected art of Batman in form of sketch, which actually remind me of Hush Unwrapped editions released few years ago. Unwrapped editions are focused on artists and they are released in form of sketches or pencil drawing without inks. When I open Omnibus, we have here classical opening page with another Batman sketch art and name of the title. After that is credit page with names of creators and artists who works on this title, and next is table of content pages. This is DC Omnibus, so we get also a number of pages where we can find specific chapters. I am a big fan of this approach and I will praise DC to heaven for this. And after that we get a stories itself. First is original legendary Hush Maxi series, and I need to confess, Hush have special place in my heart. I loved comic books and occasionally buy some before, but it was Hush thanks to I start collecting comic books for real. It opened for me this whole new world and this fantastic hobby and rabbit hole. I actually owned Hush in many formats over the years, but when was Omnibus finally listed for release, I sell most of them, but I still keep the Maxi series in single issues. Like I said, Hush have special place in my heart. It was written by fantastic Jeph Loeb, who brings us legendary classic Batman stories as Long Halloween or Dark Victory, which are already collected in Batman by Jeph Loeb and Tim Sale Omnibus. But with Hush, he collaborated with legendary Jim Lee, who is creative director of DC Comics right now. You can know his astonishing art from series as Justice League, X-Men, or Wolverine. Yeah, there are many fans who used to say that original Hush is actually overrated story, but I beg difference. Yeah, it's not a sophisticated study of Batman psychology like Grant Morrison's run. No, but it is for sure great action right and perfect parade of Batman's world at a time. We get to know members of Bat Family and most of his Rose Gallery through the story. Plus, we get a fantastic mystery story and introduction of new, dangerous antagonist named Hush. Hush is legendary story and I often recommended it as a perfect starting point for readers who want to start with Batman comic books. Even the fact that it was released so many times during last 20 years in so many formats, from paperback through hardcovers, deluxe editions, and absolute editions, speaks on how beloved the story is. And now we finally get it also in omnibus format. After original Hush, we have here Hush Returns, which is a collection of few stories from Batman Gotham Knights series in which Hush appears. It directly follows events of Hush Maxi series, and we see how this infamous villain returns to Gotham City and set in motion his plan for revenge. Fact is, this series don't reach quality of his predecessor. Story is pretty mediocre and forgettable. Also, I really don't like how Joker is portrayed here. I just don't dig Joker as criminal mastermind hungry for power and full of ambitions. Lieberman even reached out to Joker's origin from legendary classic, Killing Joke, but he made Joker look like whiny loser and it just felt cheap. But to be honest, I find few moments here actually really great. Lieberman works with few really good ideas. For example, his voiceover monologue about surgeons was fantastic and it will last in my memory for a long time. Also, he managed to tie most of loose ends of his story pretty good, and some things which doesn't make any sense at starts ends up like part of elaborated plan. There was a few times when I was actually surprised and didn't see coming outcome which story provides. And this is something which actually isn't easy task with me. I also like we get here pretty good Poison Ivy story. She doesn't get much spotlight, so I appreciate she gets some here. On the other hand, finale of Hush Returns itself was really anticlimactic, and I was like, this is it? This is actually end of the story? To be absolutely clear, the Hush Returns isn't bad comic book, but it's overall mediocre and it could be so much better, because it have many ideas which could make a really great story. What is actually phenomenal is work with character of Hush by one and only Paul Dini. Many knows his work from Embodiment of Our Childhood, Batman the Animated Series, and from Batman Arkham video game series, for which he wrote scripts. So everybody knows we have here high quality author. And now is best time to speak about elephant in the room, double dipping. DC already released Batman by Paul Dini Omnibus, which collects his almost whole work with Dark Knights, and that includes also issues we have in Batman the Hush Saga Omnibus. Let's talk numbers. We talk about 18 issues, which is 408 pages, so yeah, we talk about a third of this book. Yeah, it isn't a small amount of pages, but on the other hand, this is the first time we get a Hush in omnibus format. Also, first and only time we get a Hush Returns in oversized hardcover format. And last but not least, Batman the Hush Saga Omnibus collects whole Hush story in one collected edition. But if you own Batman by Paul Dini Omnibus already, you need to figure it out how you feel about double dipping yourself. Me personally, I own Paul Dini Omni as well, and I was really happy about Hush Saga Omni. But like I mentioned before, special place in my heart and all that. But let's go back to the story. Dini is for sure the defining writer of Hush. He clearly understands his character and explores his motivations and feelings. Loeb done a great job with introduction for sure, but Dini modeled his philosophy-loving strategies in a brand new ways and create deep and dangerous villain. In case you didn't read his stories before, I wouldn't go to any specifics, but I tell you this. Dini even managed to get some closure to anticlimactic finale of Hush Returns, and also let story explore history of both Batman and Hush, and go even beyond and reach out even to times when Bruce's parents meet each other. Plus, we get some development on Batcat relationship. Both Dini's main stories and also interlude between them are fantastic read. Just top-notch Batman comic. After them, we get a really short story from Hush 20th Anniversary Edition, which is a little aftermath to original Hush Maxi series. Interesting is, this is the first and only time we get it in oversized format. After that, we get a bonus materials, and this portion of extras is actually pretty modest. We get character sheet for Hush, few pages of cover gallery, few sketches, and bios of creators. You know what? I am actually really good with the fact that extras are a really small portion here. I buy omnis for stories, not for 200 pages of variant covers, but I understand for someone it can be deal breaker. Well, not for me. And that's all. Batman the Hush Saga Omnibus is a perfect collection of the whole Hush story for now. I am really happy we finally have it collected in one big omnibus, and absolutely doesn't mind about double dipping with Paul Dini Omnibus. If you are a Batman fan, you shouldn't overlook it. If Batman the Hush Saga Omnibus gets your attention, you can order your own copy in our eShop, comicsbugle.com, with free shipping in whole EU. You can find direct link below this video. And that's all. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget smash that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out any further videos. In comment section you can also write us what other comic books you want to see in our videos. And that's all. See ya, Bugles!